channel, and sorry for the video that happened this week. So this video, okay, let me also elaborate something about why the video happened. It is because I was a bit busy in some office work and some loan and other admission formalities of the college. So I would like to tell to everybody that I have been selected for the Civil Institute of Management Bhubaneswar year, and I will be graduating in 2024 as an MBA graduate. Actually, I got call letters, offer letters from Goa Institute of Management, Engineer, and Nursing classes, but I think to be part of the Goa Institute of Management. Sorry, the part of the Institute of Management Bhubaneswar, and it is a very proud feeling for me right now to be joining the institute. So yeah. So yes, I was reviewing some communities and in the loan processing, loan communities, and other communities. The communities are still going on. They have not been completed fully, but I really wanted to complete this session of English because I wanted to start the session of mathematics to you people, and the tricks and formulas that I had used for mathematics, for cracking math questions, for various MBA and various banking exams, and also for UPSC prelim, CSAT. So yes, let's quickly complete this English portion, and we will move forward to the mathematics and the other data integration and logical reasoning section. Okay, so in this video today we will be covering the grammatical portion of the English and verbal ability. Pardon me if this video will be a bit longer. If you want to skip the basic, basic grammatical portion, then move towards the end of the video. If you want to listen to everything, what kind of questions come in the paper. Yeah. So if you want to view and listen to what kind of questions and patterns of questions come in the exams, then stay with the flow and go with the flow and just go with the video. In the end of the video, you will see some grammatical. I will try to provide some grammatical content or resources that you can cover. I will try to provide some basic fundamental knowledge of grammar in the end of the video. If you want, you can skip that as well. Okay. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, let's discuss some pattern of questions that come in the exam. So you can see that the questions are based on sentence and error correction. Then the question is complete the sentence, so complete the sentence with correct grammatical phrase. Then find the odd one out amongst some of the choices. Okay, so there will be three choices of correct grammatical usage, and there will be one sentence based sort of wrong grammatical sentence, and you have to select the odd one out in that. So that is also a CAT-based question, and CAT exams do offer such questions. Complete the phrase also is the pattern of CAT-based exam. Sentence error based is not actually CAT-based exam. Okay, so that it will be like a question where they will give you a sentence, and there will be some the sentence will be divided into 3 to 4 parts, and they will ask you if which part of the sentence has a grammatical error. So that will be a sentence error based question, and you have to identify that. Does not generally come in CAT, but yes, in other exams it does come. Now there will be questions based on fill in the blanks, and in the fill in the blanks you will be asked to fill auxiliary verbs, you will be asked to fill articles, pronouns, adjectives, prepositions, nouns, verbs, the required or the suitable noun or verb in the particular blank according to the statement. Now, root word also, yeah, this was a question. This was a question that I found in MITA and IFT exams, finding the root word and where is the origin of the root word. There were a lot of questions based on the root word, and where they had asked that what is the origin of the root word. That is like they will be giving you any word and they will ask you if this word has been taken from French or Latin or or Greek or any kind of what do you say, language. Okay, so this you can skip for the grammatical part, but this is also a set of or a pattern of questions. So there is this link. This is a very great link that I will like you people to see. I think it's already open. Yeah, here. I think Praxis is a really good site for preparation. I had taken the test series of Praxis and I was solving the test series. Every day I was solving, daily challenges, and every day I was solving one or two mocks for English, for for sectionals, for others, and sometimes once a week I was solving the sample paper of CAT and other exams. Okay, so the solving sections really help you because that makes you quite aware of whatever questions come, whatever pattern of questions you are able to solve, how much time you are taking in solving the particular section. And daily challenges help you in order to identify what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what you want to focus on really right now, and what you want to on right now. Okay, so daily challenge is also really great. It helps you instantly to identify what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths. Sometimes we feel that this part of something is our strength, but then when you solve a daily challenge, it is so tough, it is so vengeful that you just think that now it's a weakness. But okay, that's not a weakness, but maybe some part of it, some level of difficulty of that particular section is not your strength. So maybe you want to, break your glass ceiling and you want to achieve that particular level of difficulty and you want to solve that particular level of difficulty of something which you are comfortable in. So that's also really great, solving daily challenges. Okay, so yeah, this is the best way of writing. Okay, so this this is a basic pattern of questions that come in the grammar from the Praxis website. This is just like a mock test. Okay, so you can see choose the best writing a sentence. So these are all same sentences. Okay, but here there will be this is like the odd one out. Okay, so they will have each sentence will have some grammatical mistake, and one or the other sentence may or may not have a grammatical mistake, and that one you will choose here. Okay, so okay, so you can I will share this link on the description box, and you can go through this mock test as well. This is the type of filling the blanks type of question, and you have to identify it here. So I can, if I go like this, that I'll just read it in one site. Like, see, if you have a doubt, why not go and verify? I shall be waiting in the shade under this banyan tree till you come back to me. Okay, so waiting in the shade of this banyan tree, shade under this banyan tree. Okay, so shade. Okay, shade under shade of very gullible. Then very confusing. I'll wait under this banyan tree till you come back. Okay, come back. Okay, so to, on, for, at. Okay, so these are quite very good. It's a very good example. You can get confused also. Like I just got confused. So if there's a undoubted contender here, okay, contended or unanimous winner. So if you have a doubt, it will be the word here that will be put here. I shall be waiting will be shade. Okay, now shade. Now they are using shade, and then they are saying under. Now if there won't be any shade, then I would or you would choose under. I shall be waiting under this banyan tree. Okay, so now they are not using any kind of word here, shade. Okay, noun here. So the shade is the noun. Okay, so or the property of this tree. So property of. Okay, so property we cannot say adjective clearly, but it's like property. So shade of the sentence. So now shade it is of. Always it is of. Now of this banyan tree. Now your sentence seems complete. You don't have to use under. Okay, so off is the contender here, and is the winner here. And this banyan tree till you come back to me. Not to me. To me is quite clear here. There's no other word that can be used. Come back on me. On me is something. Is when you say on me, that becomes something else. Okay, coming on to somebody. Coming on. It's it is a word that tries to instigate fight or something. So on me is not the right contender here. For come back for me. For me is like okay, it's not bad. Okay. For me. For me means you want to come and we should go together somewhere. For me, you should take me with you. Okay. So that's okay. Okay, that we are not denying the possibility of for here. But if you see that with the elimination technique, as which is there in the first blank, is not suitable for this. So this B option is eliminated with this elimination technique. Okay, so at me, come back at me. At me is also not the right contender here. So come back to me is the right contender. It's the winner, and you should use is of to in this and E is your answer for this question. Okay, so you have to use elimination technique. You have to use the grammatical knowledge. You have to use a lot of things. Okay, to solve a question. Okay, so let's move ahead. Which of the following sentences grammatically correct? Bats are able to fly in the dark. Bats can fly in the dark. Bats have the ability to fly in the dark. Bats cannot fly in the dark if it rains. Bats have the ability to fly in the dark if it does not rain. Bats are able to fly in the dark. Okay, so this is very plain, very good statement. I don't think there's any error in this. It's grammatically correct also. Bats are only able to fly in the dark. Okay. Bats have the ability to fly in the dark. Bats are able to fly in the dark. Okay, it's a natural capability. Okay, so when there is a natural capability, so there is no point of saying that they are able or they are disabled. Okay, so you have to check here. Okay, of capability, of ability. So this is something that you should, if something is a natural fact, okay, then you don't have to state it exceptionally. So in that case, you have to you have to use a good, you have to have a good choice of words, where you have to use capable, where you have to use able, where you have to use ability. Okay, so these things you have to see. Now, when there is a natural state or something in the natural form, then you have to just state this natural fact. Okay, you don't have to prove it. Okay, or you don't have to sound like you are proving it. So bats have the ability to fly in the dark also seems correct. Bats cannot fly in the dark if it rains. Now that we don't know. Okay, bats have the ability to fly if it does not rain. Now we don't know that as well. Okay, so bats can fly in the dark. Okay, so I think that bats can fly in the dark seems like a good or a winner here, because we don't have to prove it. It's just natural fact. We just have to state the fact. These are complete facts. Okay, there is no contradiction to this fact. So bats can fly in the dark. That's complete in itself. We happen? Do anything. Okay, let's see who's correct and the answer here, but I think that B is the correct answer. Ability of is incorrect option. The correct usage of ability to all these options are grammatical correct. Hence, E is the correct answer. Ability of is incorrect in option E. The correct usage is ability to, has the ability to. Okay, let's see. So this is okay, grammatically incorrect. Okay, so okay, yes, like I fell into the scam of reading the question wrongly. Please do not fall into this scam. This is a very great scam, I think, that everybody falls into. You have to see if you have been asked grammatically incorrect or grammatically correct. So that ability of flying into task is not correct. It is always ability to. Okay. So yes, whatever I said about capability and ability is also true, but grammatically ability of and ability to is, it should be taken care of. Okay. So yes, this is a very good example. Please do not fall into the trap of reading the wrong question. Okay, that might have happened. That happens with me a lot, and happened with me today as well. So fill in the blank. Everyone will admit that swindling one fellow beings is necessary practice upon. It is based the reality with the really sound commercial success formula. Everyone will admit that swindling one's fellow beings is necessary practice. Upon it is based the really sound commercial success formula. Okay, so it means that this is some practice. Okay, and now it is saying in the second statement that it is based upon. Okay, so now this is a passive voice. Upon it is based the really sound commercial success formula. Now this is a passive voice. You have to comprehend that for yourself. And now you have to tell that what is that formula. Just tell that you cannot buy back, buy what you will sell to another at a higher price, buy cheap and sell there, sell what you can, do not buy from a competitor. Okay, so you have to identify here, you have to complete the phrase, you have to complete the phrase in the correct grammatical sentence. Okay. Now, really sound commercial formula. You also have to apply your business acumen here along with the grammatical something here. Okay, grammatical ability also. So, everyone will admit that swindling one's fellow beings is a necessary practice. Okay, upon which is based on the sound commercial formula. Tell what you cannot, buy back. Tell what you cannot, buy back. Okay. Buy what you will sell to another at a higher price. Buy cheap and sell dear. Sell what you can. Do not buy from the competitor. So, okay, that's really tough for me because, I cannot comprehend what is written because I have quite, I'm not able to quite understand. Buy what you will sell to another at a higher price. Buy cheap and sell there. Okay, but I think that to sell what you cannot buy back should be the correct answer here. Okay, let's just see the answer. I'm not very sure. Swindle is deception to describe someone's possession. It means that you have an unequal exchange where you didn't give much of your possession and you robbed the other person of his or her possession. Please summarize this correctly. Swindle. Okay, so swindle word is the catch here. Okay, means to use deception to deprive someone's possession. Swindle means to use deception. Okay, it means that you have an unequal exchange where you didn't give much of your possession and you robbed the possession. Oh, okay. So great. So until you understand swindle here, you cannot be able to identify which sentence or phrase to actually use here. So buy cheap and sell dear sounds like a promising contender here because swindle, it satisfies the formula or the practice of swindling, or that is the making a deceptive choice. Okay, so this is okay. This is great. Everybody does that. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, that's why I said that you have to apply your business acumen as well here. Because buy cheap and sell there is a very good business practice. So nothing wrong in that. Fill in the blank. To a greater or lesser degree, all the civilized countries of the world are made up of small class of rulers and of a large class of subjects. Fill in the blank. To a greater or lesser degree, all the civilized countries of the world are made up of a small class of rulers and of a large class of subjects. To a greater or lesser degree, all the civilized countries of the world are made up of small class of rulers. Okay. And blank rulers formed by small minorities, powerfully corrupt, or corrupted by too much power, who are ruled. So that sounds wrong. Okay. Now, rulers formed by a small minority can be okay, and of a large class of subjects who are uncivilized. Okay. Okay. This sounds good. 5A. Okay, this sounds good. I think 5 answer should be A. Okay, the answer is C. D is incorrect as well continues to say the rulers do not get ruled. Option A is doesn't make any sense. D is as powerfully representable, powerfully corrupt is grammatically incorrect. C is the best option. A is factually incorrect as it does not make any sense. It doesn't. B is incorrect as powerfully corrupt is grammatically incorrect. C is the best. Okay, let's see if B is grammatically incorrect. Powerfully corrupt. Powerfully corrupt. Okay. Pointless crusaders. Okay. This is not wrong. It is not right. Corrupted by too much power. Corrupted by too much passive obedience. Okay. So see, these are not questions that occur in your grammatical portion. Okay. This is not These are not grammatical questions. These are questions. I think that these are questions based on some paragraph. This does not look like grammatical question at all. Okay, so sometimes in actually you'll find some out of the blue questions, okay, and heavy questions. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the option that replay as the phrases in code, the appetite of bank of funds was not immediately or sort of slow down. Corporate used to borrow even black deposits flat. Okay, now this sounds like a grammatical question. Bank deposits flourished. Okay, so appetite of banks for fraud was lost. Banks for funds was lost under the onslaught of this slowdown. Corporates refused to borrow even as banks deposits flourished. Okay, bank deposits flourished. This is that is very so wrong. Bank deposits flourished. Bank deposits were enhanced. Bank deposits flummoxed. Okay, so carried, spelled, enhanced, were enhanced. Now, were enhanced is something different. All of these are same. Okay. So let's say C is the answer. 36C. No, B is it. Here, planning to very easily develop. Okay, enhance. Yeah, this is very late. Well, okay. Yeah, this is a really vain question. Now, I don't think that there is any difference in 12 or flourish in terms of money. Okay, because it's 12. Okay. Okay, banks flourish. Okay. Flourish. You can use flourish also. If I was an author, I would have used flourish. I might be using some poetic device. Okay. See, to be strong and healthy to live is also right. I don't think that there is any wrong in using that. So as I told you can see that Slamox is also not right. So enhance is also enhance is also good. Sometimes I do feel that cracking is getting some nicknames. Okay, so this is completely wrong. This doesn't mean self. So phlegm is completely eliminated. Okay. So swelled is okay. If they want to tell you that it's swelled, then it's swelled. But these are not grammatical questions. Please practice. Education is central because electronic networks, software, and technologies are beginning to dash because I already made. Okay. Now this thing. Education is central because electronic networks and software-driven technologies are beginning to Now, if you comprehend this sentence, you can see here that it is telling you that it is, uh, doing something to, bring together. Okay, to bridge the gap between economic barriers and okay, we are beginning to break down the economic barrier between nations. Break, crumble, this one to break. To break down, I think it seems like good breakdown. Okay, breakdown. So that is the correct usage of break. Okay, if you are using for something, in English terms, then breakdown is a good. Break. Break is a noun. Breaking is a word. Crumble. Crumble is a noun. Again, dismantle is a verb. Okay, so break down. Breaking down is like a verb. Okay, break down. Choose the option which contains a mistake. Management education is becoming highly sought after by aspiring ambitious students because of high demand in the job market. Hmm. Aspiring and ambitious are two adjectives together. I think C should be the answer. Management education is becoming highly sought after by either use ambitious or by use aspiring. C. Yeah. So you're using two adjectives together. Redundant. Okay. Choose option which contains a mistake. Include the progress of your work. This is like sentence correction only that we were talking about. Complete the page. No, sorry, sentence error correction. These are the questions come in NMAT, NMAT and IFT also. Choose the correct option which contains a mistake. This has slowed down the progress of reforms in many countries because the choice of either of the extreme positions is inevitably invite criticism. Choose the option which contains a mistake. This has slowed the progress of reforms in many countries because the choice of either of the extreme positions inevitably invites criticism. This slowed down the progress. Slowed is not used independently. Slowed down is the correct option. We should see the process. We use statement as the idea more safely. The best part of the program is the dance. The best part of the program is the dances. Part of the program are the dances. Best part of the program are the dance. The best part of the program is the dances. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Best part of the program is the dances. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Best part of the program are the dance. Best part of the program are the dance. Are the dances. I think dances are and dances go with it. Dances you can use that. Being available invite because invite okay 9 का D है 10 का ये है let's see possibly invite students to the problem okay slow this होता है but slow down नहीं होता so this is inevitably invite team positions inevitably invite ठीक है sir I don't think anything wrong here in positions है मेरा choice का है the choice of the between positions this is choice Okay. So here the noun is choice. This is the predicate. Inevitably invites criticism. चॉइस जो नाउन है उसके लिए जो वर्ब है इनवाइट दैट विल बी नॉट सिंगुलर, इट विल बी इन प्लूरल एंड हियर इज द डांस. Okay, if there is only one dance, if there is more than one dance, it should be R only. Verb is a social noun best part of the. So you have to identify the noun of the verb, okay? So the best part of the program, okay? So dance, this is not the verb. Best part is the is the noun, okay? Dances is not the noun. The noun is best part. So when the noun is best part, then it should be is. Best part is singular. So the article use the noun use. Verb use should be is, okay? Singularly. And are the dance. So this R is not being used for the dances noun. The noun here is best part. So these are some small minute points that you should always keep in mind. Here, like this noun was choice. So here you have to use choice of either of the extreme positions inevitably invite criticism. Now, when you come with a singular noun, you always go with a plural. Okay. Okay, so this was like just an example of what kind of questions come in exam. So if you are solving such questions, okay. Now the important part is that the important part here is that when such questions come, hmm, when such questions come, what you do before solving any kind of question, the main important point is you should know the basic and the fundamentals of each and everything in grammar or in anything. You should know what are nouns, you should know what are verbs, you know what are prepositions, you know what are pronouns, and all these things, the rules. There are some auxiliary verbs, there are some, conjunctive, conjunctions. Many things are there in grammar. You have to learn all the rules and the grammar parts of speech, for the parts of speech, So, okay. Also, I would like to mention that only reading grammar and reading the rules will not suffice here. You should know how to speak English as well. You should know that in natural English, while speaking English naturally, what things come in, natural speaking. So some things just come in to you naturally when you are speaking English, when you are conversing in English. You will not do any mistake while you are reading a sentence, while you are reading a odd one out statement, and all of that. Okay, so like we were just reading some sentence correction. Okay, so there we saw that while reading the sentences, if I am just pronouncing the sentence correctly, okay, it comes to me naturally, it comes to you naturally if you are pronouncing it, and there you see that, oh, this statement does not is not correct. If I am pronouncing it correctly and something else is written here, that may be wrong. So that comes actually to you. So for that, I think you should inculcate a reading habit in yourself. Now, everything falls back to reading habit. Everything falls back to listening to English news, listening to English series. I think series also are a great way of enhancing your English language skills. Okay, these days everything is it comes in hand, comes handy to everybody. Be Netflix, be it not, you just listen to things naturally. You try to inculcate those sentences, English language in your mind. Uh, Read English newspapers. When you read English newspapers, those natural fluency comes to you. That natural fluency comes to you. Then when you listen to news in English, when you listen to news debates in English, then things get start getting imbibed in your brain, and you do not need to go and exclusively study the language rules again and again. Like the rules of mathematics might be revisited again and again, might be revised again and again. You might revise it and then you solve questions. That is your logical capability. Some rules, without knowing some rules, you just cannot solve some questions. Okay, but in language, as you speak, you learn the rules. As you listen, you learn the rules. Nobody comes to you and tells Hindi Vyakran when you speak in India. In India, okay, basically, when you speak, when you listen to people speaking, okay, you learn the rules of English, of Hindi. You learn the Vyakran of Hindi. Okay, so where to use ka, where to use ki, where to use istilling, pulling, and all those things. But in English, it is really hard. In English, it does not come naturally to us Indians. In English, we have to give it some choice. But yes, of course, it is doable. Uh, so, okay, so this video I think is getting a bit longer. I will cover the grammatical section in the next video. In the coming video, I will discuss all the parts of speech. I will discuss noun, pronoun. Some rules I will try to cover, but for the time being, you please keep in mind that you have to try to converse in English as much as you can. That will really help you to read. You also have to read English newspapers, read articles in English, read in English, listen to English news debates, try to comprehend the articles in the newspapers, write down words which you don't understand, and keep your English language capability increasing day by day. Only that can help you, believe me. Even if you after you get into an MBA course, only your ability to read and comprehend English statements and language will help you in your job as well. Okay, so all the best, and yes, I'll come with the grammar video soon. Do watch that as well for more understanding. Thank you.